Well, good evening, everybody. And I see Sarah's in here. And she says that she nearly forgot with packing. So I'm asking her, are you going on a trip? Radish yummy. She has a family friend that is. They need a pet sitter for a bit. How fun. And they only live a few miles away. Just smarter to stay there because of the gas prices. I would agree. Though our gas did go down almost 30 cents. So I was like, whoo-hoo. Though we filled it up yesterday because we were going to South Dakota for my great-grandson's first birthday. And by the time we got back, gas prices had dropped 30 cents. And Craig is in. Hello, Craig. And John is here. And Trey, how are ya? Fun, fun, fun. Well, I actually just got back home. I had been to a Master Gardener meeting out at the Urban Orchard, and then all the Master Gardeners adopt trees, and we have to take care of them. So I had to pull some weeds around some of them. So I did that. And Ann is in. Hi, Ann. How are ya? Ann has a live tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock my time. So that would be Mountain Standard Time. Her time, it must be 11 o'clock. So if you're not doing anything, you should pop on over to Andale Homestead and see her live. Trey says that they are doing good. Hedgehog Homestead, how are ya? How are ya? So fun. I love it when everybody starts coming in. Craig, the birthday party was fun. And it was nice being able to talk to Debbie. So that was awesome. And everybody's saying hi. But I just literally 10 minutes ago got back from the Urban Orchard. And I was done with my trees, but everybody's talking, And it's like, sorry, I got to go. I got a live tonight. And I have to drive all the way across town. And so, but I got home. 10 minutes to spare. So it was all good. And so I got it all set up. And usually I have my little camera on my computer covered because, I don't know, it's weird to me that what if somebody could see you? I don't know. They probably can't, but it's just weird for me. So I always have this piece of paper over top of it. And so I have it up and I'm getting ready and I'm starting Joe's supper and he's out here dancing in front of the camera. And then he goes, nobody can see that, can they? I said, no. So that was kind of fun. And Nina is in here. Good evening, young lady. I hope you're having a good day. And Tony is in here. Kettle Kitchen, it is the 27th, so there is only 3 more days of Jam Up June. So make sure you go to his channel and see in his playlist all the different people that made different jams. And now I am making jam. Though Tony already had it filled, so I can't officially say it's Jam It Up June. But tomorrow I'm making strawberry rhubarb jam and strawberry rhubarb jelly. Now you might say, why would you make both of them? Well, it's because my brother does not like the texture of strawberry rhubarb jam. And so I put strawberries and rhubarb in my steam juicer and I get the juice off of them and then I make him jelly. And this summer we are having Christmas in July. And so that is going to be my present to him. And plus some for us and some for some of the other families because, I got a lot of rhubarb and so I might as well. Oh, and look at that. Tony says that almost 30,000 people have seen all the views of all those jams. So check it out because there could be some jams you never even thought about. There's just so many possibilities. I have to tell you my favorite, well, I like a lot of jams. I like a lot of raspberry jams. But one of my favorites is pear vanilla. And I do have a video about that because it is spectacular for a jam. Thank you so much, Anne. I always appreciate it if you guys hit the thumbs up button because that always helps. Have I ever made tomato jam? John, yes, I have. And actually, it's pretty good. But I love tomatoes anyway. And you can use it. You know, you're making a sandwich, you got turkey or whatever you're having on your sandwich. I like to add jam anyway to my sandwiches like that. Plum jam, strawberry jam, raspberry jam, all kinds of jams. And you can add tomato jam. So if you didn't have tomatoes, sliced tomatoes, you add that with your sandwich. It is spectacular. Oh my gosh, my superhero, the Bunky girl, is in. Bunky, I loved your last video you had. I love the whole garden tour. You're talking about your part that's going to be the messy garden for the collaboration. It was fabulous. I mean, you girls always make a good video, but I really, really like that. And I like that you had little clips from your sisters, and I thought it was just fabulous. So thanks for sharing that with us. That's what I say. Now, the topic today is Joe helping me in the garden, and he's going to pop over in a little bit. And it used to be that I didn't let him in my gardens whatsoever. Don't stop on that. Don't touch that, you know. But this summer, he has really been doing all kinds of stuff in my garden. He's been pulling weeds for me, and he's been building me things, and he's been mowing, weed whacking, which he does a lot anyway, and helping me with the bees. And so it has been really, really pretty cool. And so I appreciate that. And don't forget, anybody that you see, Bunky's Garden, Runneth Over with Garden Life, Nina. Let me find Ann again up there. Where are you, Ann Dale? There she is. Ann is one of my members too. My memberships are 99 cents. And so I always appreciate when somebody says, hey, her channel's worth $1 a month, $12 a year. Actually, a little bit less because it's 99 cents. So I always appreciate that. Tomato jam is excellent with fresh hot biscuits or any hot bread. See, I haven't done that with the hot bread, extra special with cream cheese, though that would be really good. And it would be really good with cream cheese and crackers then too. Awesome. Great idea. Thank you. And Teresa's in. Teresa, hello, how are ya? And everybody's saying hi. And so Joe has been helping me in the garden. You know, we got our chickens. We built our chicken coop. 4 eggs today. And I haven't been back out there. One of them was really squawking again inside the coop. So we probably have 5 eggs today. Because not every day will your chickens always lay an egg. But every 24 hours, they could lay an egg. And some breeds are better at that. And some are always an every other day. But we have loved our chickens. And Shannon, who is, and actually she's a member, but she lives here north of town. And she loaned us five of their chickens because they always have anywhere from 150 to 200 chickens out on the property. And so she says, well, why don't I just loan you 5 chickens? You'll have eggs all summer long. You can feed them, you can spoil them, and then you can give them back to us when you go to Arizona. And I thought, this is a great idea. Casey, hello, how are you? Casey Hayes. Casey, is this the first time you've ever been in one of my lives? Perhaps. If it is, thanks for stopping by. And look at here, joyful noise and notes. It's KK. So all the Vineyard girls are in. Yay! Awesome. It was the opposite for us. The yard was my husband's territory, and it took a minute for him to share. so you understand. And Shelly is in. Healthy Homestead Chick. Hello. And Teresa's here too. Teresa is also a member, and so is Shelly. So everybody you see with a little S after their name in a live stream, they are members. And so that is awesome. One of my favorites is when bread comes straight out of the oven. Speaking of ovens. Now, you guys all know that I love to bake. I like to bake a lot of stuff. Every Thursday I do something with a vanilla bean. my element in my oven quit working. Now I thought it had, must have been Friday, maybe Thursday night, Friday. I was cooking a chicken that I actually got from Lisa at Yogi Howler Farms. And it was just like taking forever. And I thought, well, maybe it was frozen. I thought it was all the way unthawed. And it was hours and it still wasn't hot enough, because I put my thermometer in, because chicken should always be 165 degrees. And it was not happening. Oh, let's say hi to, where did she go? Loves Coffee. Where did you go? Oh, there she is right there. Hi, Loves Coffee. How are ya? And Andy. Hello. Andy, is it your first time on one of my lives? If it is, thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, there he is, my gardener. Look at, he's got his bibs on. He's Farmer Joe. And he's dancing again. Let me move this way. But I was just telling him that I've really had a hard time out before to let you in my gardens. True? Yes, it is. I never let him in my gardens before.
You just didn't know about it, baby.
But this year he has just stepped up, and he's been weeding and doing stuff and helping me with all kinds of stuff in the garden, building things, weed whacking. So Joe is my helper in the garden. And before you got over here, Joanne was saying that it was just the opposite. It was her husband that the garden was his domain. And she says it took him a minute before he let me do some stuff. Yeah. Oh, and Andy says it is their first time. So thank you so much for stopping by. And there's just all kinds of our friends in here tonight. So that is so fun to see. They're saying hi to you. Hiya, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Mr. Joe. See? Bunky saying hi, Mr. Joe.
Bunky. It's been a long time.
Sarah says, my mother was not allowed in the garden. She kills things and no idea. Sometimes it happens. Yeah. And Ann is here from Little Frenchie in Big Texas. Now, Ann has gardens, and they have a greenhouse. I have not done anything in our greenhouse. Actually, I have stuff stored in there right now, because when I moved my studio out into the big shed, things had to go someplace. And so, I've been taking things in and out, but it is still nothing growing in there. That's just the way it is. But I have appreciated Joe in the garden. Now, if he steps on things that I don't want him to step on, I'm not happy.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Joe's leaving us because he's a farmer and he's got to get his sleep. No, he's waiting for supper. It's cooking on the stove. But anyway, back to my story before Joe popped in. My heating element in my oven stopped. So it took hours for the chicken. I was supposed to bring, hi LP, how are ya? I had to bring banana bread on Sunday to my grandsons because they asked me, right? And so I made all these loaves of banana bread, and it never got done and never got done. And I turned it way up to almost 450 degrees. And with my little thermometer thing, it never got over, at that temperature, it never got over 270 degrees, I think. And it took 2 hours for that banana bread to get done. And then it was still a little soft. It still tastes good. But it only got this high because not hot enough for the baking soda and baking powder to do that heat reaction. Because that's part of baking soda and baking powder. It's not just the reaction with the different ingredients. It's also a reaction with the heat. So Joe found me a different one, and he ordered it online. And so it did say that it was shipped. So I'm hoping, but it said it wasn't coming until next week. So on Friday, hey Barb, how are ya? So So on Thursday, when I do my vanilla bean, I'm switching it up a little bit, and I'm going to do some beverages. So, it's just one of those things you got to do. It's, you have to just change if things aren't working. I mean, the stove works, of course. It's just that heating element in the oven. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I could have turned the broiler on to heat it up. I never thought about that. That might have worked. Too late now. Joe's already taken the element out. But that might work if I have to bake something. So, I don't know. But everybody's still saying hi to everybody. I love that. That is one of the funnest things about being in the chat section. Is because you can ask questions, you can say hi to everybody. I just love it. So in my fused glass this week, I am making some ornaments because we're doing Christmas in July. And thank you so much for that. Hedgehog's Homestead said, thumbs up, everybody. So I appreciate that. And Barb says that it's no rain, but it's thundering outside. I love thunder and lightning. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We are replacing the heating element. So Joe had to order it. There's not a place in town that we can get one that fits our oven. And so we had to order it online. And so I went to the GE place because it's a GE oven, right? They wanted anywhere from $65 to $100 and some for the elements. And it was like, yeah, no, I'm not spending that much money for it. And Dorothy's here. Hi, Dorothy, how are ya? And we are, just without an oven for a week or so. So everything is going to be cooked on the stovetop or in the grill or the pizza oven outside. Which, because I've made apple pies out in the pizza oven. We've made pizza. I've cooked chicken. I've done a lot of things in the pizza oven. But that's something you have to plan ahead because you have to stoke it up. It has to get up to, we usually get it up to about 600 degrees. And then we push those coals to the back and to the sides, and then we can put our stuff in to cook. So Sarah says, no, thank you on the thunder. It reminds me of too many car wrecks. No, I wasn't driving. When we came home yesterday from South Dakota, we were by Spearfish, South Dakota, which is real close to the state line. And there were fire trucks and ambulances all over the place. And there were 2 cars over on that side in the ditch of the interstate, and one on the side over on this side, and one way over by the fence line over there. So somebody must have went over the medium, maybe. I don't know. Craig says, welcome to the cabin cooking world. Yes, they are off grid. Yeah, I can understand that. Oh, no, no problem. No, just the element. I probably didn't say it right. So no worries at all. And I got my mushrooms. They call it spawn. Grain spawn is the kind I got to grow oyster mushrooms. And I was supposed to get it Thursday. Then it said I was supposed to get it Friday. Then they said I would get it Monday. But I actually got it on Saturday. Where here in Gillette, FedEx doesn't deliver residentially on Saturday. And so it came anyway. So this week, I'm going to show you how you can grow mushrooms in this book. And I'm also going to show you how to grow mushrooms in a roll of toilet paper. It's really pretty fun, and it's really pretty easy. You just need a lot of hot water to kind of get your medium, either your book or your toilet paper, ready for it. Then you let it cool, and then you put the mushroom spawn in there. And I was going to take it out of the fridge, But then I just thought, nah, I don't want to take it out of the fridge. So the video will come up this week on how it's starting. And it's a process. So I'll tell you the whole process. And then I'll just give you little shorts or updates and when it starts to grow. And how you can make it, after you think it's done growing, how you can make it grow again. So that's kind of fun. Well, hello, young man. How are ya? Chicago Rusty. Him and I met in a class with YouTube. And in fact, we have another class tomorrow morning. I don't know if you're doing that one. It's all on supers. So I might see you. And Alpine Gulch is in too. And she is a member also. Awesome, awesome, awesome. John says, I harvested 2 giant puffball mushrooms. One was edible. The other was a few days past it, my comfort to eat. Yeah, you just have to be careful with mushrooms because, I have a lot of mushroom books. And you really have to know your mushrooms because some things look like other mushrooms and one is good and one is not. You don't want to get sick from eating bad mushrooms. And Danny is in. Hi, Danny. How are ya? And, oh, a class. Yes, I will tell you. And I will send you the link for it. It's, I think I can send you the link. I think it's pretty open to anybody that's on YouTube. And last week was all about membership and the ways to think about membership. And they had some ways that I wasn't really thinking of, which I thought was really interesting. And then tomorrow at 9:00, when you have your class, so I'm going to watch both at the same, when you have your live, I'm going to watch both at the same time. It's all about super chats. And so it's just interesting. And they give you ideas and best practices. And let me see if I can talk at the same time and go over to my other so I can look. So I'm actually not seeing you guys at this exact moment, but let me see if I can. Oh, no, and it just has a button for me to click. It doesn't actually give me the link. Let me see if I press the link, if it will do anything. Okay, so I'm coming back over. There you go, Anne. And I hope it's okay for me to share it, because there was a lot of people last week. There was probably, I think, like 120 people that were on that. And then we had a different one a week before that. It's just fun and interesting, so whenever for all you guys that have channels, whenever you're doing something on your page in studio and along the top or on the side, they'll ask you, would you do a survey? Would you like to see more information on this? You always should do that. Because then you can invite it to stuff. And so that's always kind of fun. And I thought Tony had a question. Tony says, do you and Joe BBQ and sort of way? We do barbecue. We actually have a couple different smokers that we use. We have our regular grill. We have our pizza oven. So we like to do a lot of different ways of cooking outside. It's kind of nice, especially when it gets really hot, when it's middle of summer and it's 100 degrees. It's always nice to be able to cook outside. And I know people that in the summer, they basically cook everything all summer long outside because it's nice that way. So I'm also going to have the last 2 of my top 10 reasons why you should homestead in the city or the suburbs. Both of those will go up. And so it's another busy week. Earlier I thought, it won't be that busy. Any sort of way. Yeah. And And I do have barbecue sauce. That answers it. Yep, Victorian barbecue sauce. It is very good. I do. I love Victorian barbecue sauce. And I need to yell at Joe, okay? Because he needs to go stir the pot. Joe, will you stir the pot? Because I can smell it. I made, we got a chicken from Lisa at Yogi Hollow Farm, that took so long to cook. Well, then I made some stew out of it. And so that's heating up for our supper tonight. And so I know for some of you guys that are on the East Coast, like Ann, it is way late. It's like 10:30, but it's only 8:30 here. And so we're going to have some soup. And actually, we've been having a lot of stews lately. Yeah. We had oyster stew. We had that one beef stew that we smoked that meat first. That was really good. Yeah, so good, I tell you. Oh, and look who's here. The Angie girl is here. Yay. Yay. Shelly says, don't yell at Joe. Shelly says, don't yell at Joe.
Yeah, I'm cooking now, too. Got me cooking.
Yeah, he's just stirring the pot. He likes to stir the pot, Oh, my gosh. No worries. I only have my lives for a half hour anyway. And so I only have 3 minutes left. Angie says, hello, Joseph. And so it was a busy day between doing videos. And I always do my member video on Monday too. So I had to have that out. I worked on the glass. I have stuff in the kiln. I have stuff that'll go in the kiln tomorrow because it's already ready. It's just fabulous. My husband would have been funny and came in and started arguing, stirring the pot. That's right. New dance moves. Joe is so funny, I tell you. Angie's saying hi to everybody. My chickens have basically this morning had eaten that entire cabbage. There was just a little teeny bit left on the bottom. They are crazy chickens, but I do love them. We took jerky that we had dehydrated and packed away for a year, made stew with it, experimental. Oddly enough, it was pretty good. That is interesting because we have made jerky lots of times. And that probably would make it good because there's always some good spices on when you're making your own jerky. That's a good idea. I'm going to have to try that. Can you bottle some of that energy? I'd be a very good customer. And you're always doing stuff. Yeah, beautiful chicken ladies. I love. And at first, Barb's saying, my chickens don't like cabbage, because I hung it from a string off a little hook on their little coop. Oh, and Doug's here. Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Doug's here. Can I call you after the live? Yes. Wait like 10, 15 minutes so we can eat supper, and then call me Tony. That's totally awesome. Yes. And so the first couple of days, they didn't touch the cabbage. And I was like, they don't like cabbage. And then all of a sudden, peck, 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 peck. And one day it was like this crescent moon shaped. And you could see the cord going through it. And then it was just a little tiny bit this morning. So it's probably all gone by now. Angie says, is there a way to kill sumac suckers? Well, Angie, because Angie has a huge sumac tree, and so she gets all these suckers in there. I think what I would try is just like with thistles. When you have thistles in your yard, I always used to pull them. And then a guy from the university told me that if you cut them off at ground level, and it's a hot day especially, it withers it. And when you pull it, you're breaking and it's stimulating to grow more. And so you get less and less if you just keep cutting them. But my idea is that once you cut them, if you have a syringe and you can syringe vinegar right down into there, I think it'll totally kill them. those sumac suckers or anything else you don't want. And the idea of the syringes, because vinegar is not bad for your soil, but if you're pouring it on plants and it's a hot day, they're going to die. But if you really want those roots to go down there, use a syringe, or, you can get them at pet stores and farm stores, things like that. And it is a great idea to borrow chickens. In fact, some other people I know, like Craig said, that's in here, he said he's going to borrow some chickens because it is awesome. And Lynn must be in because people are saying hi to Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Lynn has been going to you pick them farms, so she's gone to get blackberries and all kinds of stuff. I'm so jealous, I tell you. So jealous that she has those there. We don't have anything like that here, and I would love to have them. And Carol's in. Hi, Carol. Lynn says, I'm taking a break from packing boxes because Lynn has bought a new house, and so that can take a long time. You can borrow my roosters. No, they won't let us have roosters. You can have 5 hens, but no roosters. And the hens that we got are layers, so we didn't have to, wait for them to grow up. And so it was so sweet of them to do that for us. Best ever journey. Hello, young lady. How are ya? Sarah says, don't have vinegar. Use hot water. You could use hot water with lots of salt. Just hot boiling water would work too, as long as if you took it outside and you just use your syringe, cut those weeds or those suckers, and just take that needle right down in there. Lynn says, I'm over the moon excited. It's been a long year living in an apartment. I told Joe one day, I don't even know if I could live in an apartment, because we have had our house for so long and we've just lived in houses. I just don't know if I could ever live in an apartment again, because you have neighbors and they're right on the other side of your walls. We have some neighbors next door, and I really like them, but man, can they fight. I mean, it is loud. If I was fighting with Joe, I'd close the windows and close the doors. Joe and I never fight, though. That whole rooster regulation rule is strange. All roost, it's true. But when you live in town or in the suburbs, I can understand the rooster rule. Just because they like to crow, and they don't just crow in the morning, they can crow anytime during the day. And here in Gillette especially, there's oil fields, there's gas fields, and there's coal mines. And all those guys work shifts, so they're either working during the day or they're working at night. So their sleep schedules are way different. So I can see that. I can understand that. Well, Nisi, how are ya? I hope you're doing good and you are just busy crocheting. And I saw some pictures of your homestead. It's just beautiful. I mean, seriously beautiful. And Jeannie's in here too. Just got here. We'll watch the replay. Okay. Because Joe's hungry, I'm sure. And I'm past my 30 minutes. And everybody, thanks so much. Of course, I have Friday night with Late Night with Nana and the videos this week. There's a new one up for a One Woman's Walk with God. There's another one that's scheduled for Wednesday. There'll be videos on glass for Christmas in July, so lots of ornaments. We're going to make our mushroom book and toilet paper roll with mushrooms. We are making strawberry rhubarb jam and jelly. And if I have time, I am going to show you how to cook on a salt block. If I have time. Otherwise, that'll be next week. But everybody, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. And I'll tell Joe thanks later for dancing in my video. But But you guys have a great day and a great week. And I hope you enjoyed the videos this week. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.